Hey guys, welcome back to the long game. I'm Sarah.
And I am Kate, and today we are going to be talking to Sarah about mental toughness, specifically about long endurance running, how she started, what has gotten her to where she's at, being comfortable with the uncomfortable, and just kind of asking, just different things about what you've done with your journey.
Endurance sports.
Endurance sports. I know we talked to Caitlin
hmm
uh, recently about this, in her journey, um, which was a fun episode.
That was a
That
fun
was really
episode.
fun. Caitlin was an amazing guest. Um, but I don't think people really know your story.
I guess not.
So I feel like it's important we talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right.
So,
Can't wait. Kick us off, Kate.
yeah,
Can't
so
wait to see what you have on the
I
interview
honestly,
docket.
it's going to be uh, interesting for sure. Um, So I guess I want to know your background in running
hmm
and how you started, like what motivated you to start, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
go for it.
Um, yeah. So honestly, kind of similar to Caitlin.
Okay.
When we spoke with her, I played a lot of sports growing up: basketball, softball, tennis. Did like a season of soccer, but didn't really like it very much. Um, yeah, and just played like all three of those sports like in the seasons, like growing up. I played a little bit of travel basketball by the time I got to like middle school, high school, and then I really locked in on tennis, like middle school, high school, and that became like the sport that I was playing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like part of that involved some running. Our tennis coach was also the cross country coach, so
Oh,
he
got it.
loved to make us run.
Yeah.
And he'd like chase us on a bike with a
Okay.
bullhorn while we'd do it.
Interesting. Did that work? Did that make you faster?
We just never knew when he was gonna like pop out.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. His nickname was also like Dirty Bernie, so
Interesting.
I'm not gonna go into that
Yeah, I
further
don't want to
here.
know.
No, he was an awesome coach
Good.
though.
Sweet.
And yeah, so I guess that's kind of like where running started. I didn't like it. Like it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't something that I enjoyed doing for most of high school. And then it would have been like probably end of junior year, like top of senior year. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, like the summer before senior year, I kind of just was like, well, if I want like the number one singles spot again, like I've got to beat these other girls who are yapping at my heels.
Mm.
And uh yeah, so I just kind of was like, well, I'm not super tall, I'm not super big,
Mm-hmm.
but I am fast and I can get to a lot of balls that people can't. So what if I can just do that
Mm-hmm.
and outlast everyone?
Yeah.
Um, and so that's what I did. I just started running. Like I started going to the gym like every morning. I'd gone like on and off kind of, but started going pretty much every morning before school. Would run, would swim. Didn't really lift too many weights, but like was familiar enough with gym equipment. So
Yeah.
like that was always kind of in the background, but I just never really did it seriously. So it was definitely more cardio. And yeah, it worked out really well for that tennis season. I played the one spot all season and had a really good season.
Yeah.
And could last a lot longer than other people could. So that was kind of the first point where I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like, this is a useful skill. And then I went to college and I wasn't playing sports anymore. I was pursuing like film and arts and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there just weren't sports around like I was used to. So I kind of just started running like as a way to do something kind of athletic. And
Mm-hmm.
it just started like mainly on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And then I like started lifting a little bit
Mm-hmm.
uh, here and there as well. And yeah, I just kind of did that for 2 years. And then it was my senior year where I was like a little bit interested in maybe doing like a half marathon and a marathon and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Um, and I was filming this doc with an ultrarunner who was trying to set the world record on the AT, the
Yes.
Appalachian
I
Trail.
remember you talking about that to me a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah. And he was crazy runner, like crazy ultra runner, like vegan, like had been doing this for years, was in his early 40s and was like trying to set the fastest record for the course.
Wow.
which I think he was trying to break like 44 days or something, which, like, if you think about the length
Oh my
of
gosh.
the Appalachian Trail, that's
Yeah.
insane. So he was clocking like 25 to 50 miles a day every
Oh
day
my
for
gosh.
like over a month.
Did he break it?
He missed it by a couple hours. I
No
know.
way.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh,
But it was
okay.
still a cool doc.
That is very cool.
Um, he actually just responded to a message I sent him on Instagram the other day, which like
Oh.
made my whole day.
Oh, that's
Like,
awesome.
yeah, he
Oh,
just
sweet.
I've sent him a couple messages over the years, but he's like in his late 40s now. I don't think he's actually very good at Instagram.
Got
Like
it.
someone
Okay.
else manages his account.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Harvey Lewis. Yeah,
Wow.
he was the nicest guy ever. And I don't know, just like doing that with him really inspired me
Mhm.
like it inspired me because I was like, I don't know if I can do a marathon. That seems a little crazy. And then
Mhm.
I was with this guy for like a week who was running a marathon plus every day.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, shit, like
Yeah.
if you can do this, then I guess I can do a marathon.
That is insane to think about somebody doing a marathon every day.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, he was doing over
oh
most
yeah, like
days. Yeah.
plus that. Like
Yeah.
on the Appalachian Trail is crazy.
Yeah, super technical
Mhm.
terrain, like rocks, roots, all of that stuff.
Wow.
Like it's not, especially once you get up to like Pennsylvania, I think is when he really started struggling, which is like where I met up with him.
Got it.
And it's just like he took some really bad falls on rocks, like because you're trying to move so fast.
Right. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, anyway,
Okay. So,
that's like kind of the origin of it. And then I did a marathon. Um, then I went a little nuts. Yeah, like I did a marathon at the beginning of my senior year. Then I did my first 50K over Christmas break,
okay, this
which
was still high
was
school?
this was college. Yeah.
College. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Um, yeah, first 50K like in Florida somewhere, like
Okay.
when I was home over Christmas break.
Mhm.
That was awful.
It sounds terrible.
It was I didn't know how to properly fuel or anything like that, and I ate a shit ton of like tofu and beans and vegetables like 2 nights before and the night before, and I just basically shit my pants the whole race. Like not actually, I always made it to a stop, but like
Thank
I
God,
was
but still.
squatting in the woods for a lot
Of
of that
course you were.
race.
Ah, Sarah.
So yeah, that was awful. And then I ran the Napa Marathon in the spring that year with my family because my dad ran it
Okay.
and my sister and brother-in-law ran it too.
Okay. Wait, that was the Napa Marathon, is that what you said?
Hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And then after that, you've done a few hundred Ks?
I actually have never done a hundred
Was
k.
it 100 miles?
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I attempted a
Right.
100 miler.
In San
What have I
Diego?
done? Yeah, I attempted the SD 100 and made it to about 75 and missed a cutoff,
Yeah.
which was a bummer, but it's a hard race.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know when I signed up for it. I was just like, oh yeah, this is kind of close. I can do some training runs here
Yeah.
and then like learn later that like the amateur elites like
Mhm.
use that as a training race for
That's
like the hardest races. I was
great.
like,
Cool.
Sarah, you really should have done your
Oh
research better.
god. Of course you just jumped in being like, "Yeah, this will be fine." It's cool.
um and then I did 100 miler like completed 100 miler in Paso Robles like
Okay.
a little less than a year after that.
Okay.
Um because I was like I need redemption.
Right.
And then I've done a 50 miler as well and then like ton of marathons.
Yeah.
Um trained friends for marathons
Mhm.
and trained someone for a 50K actually too. And then a couple like half marathons have trained people for that too. But yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah, so it's like you've been on like a spectrum of distances. Like you've
yeah.
done like few miles and all the way to like these crazy 100-mile races, which is insane. But before I get into anything further, coffee break. Typically, you're not going to cheers me?
Well, I was mid coffee sip.
Wow. So usually we do a beer break. This is a coffee break today.
It's a coffee break today. It's like not 11 o'clock yet. It just felt
Yeah.
right.
It's
No.
well, it's 11:30.
Oh.
So yeah, but I don't know, it's like cold outside and it's
Kind of cold,
Sunday.
misty. It's Sunday. It feels
Yeah.
like a coffee
It's a
moment.
coffee moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a little coffee moment before we
Coffee
keep
moment.
what is this like a medium roast?
I need to ask Jenny, but I
Okay.
think so. I think it's a medium roast, and I will. run go get the bag real quick.
Okay, great. Sarah's gonna grab the bag and
I'm
we
getting the
can
bag.
tell you what coffee we're drinking. She did put some oat milk in it, which is a nice addition.
No, it's cool because, all right, here I am coming back in
Thank
frame now.
goodness.
No, it's cool because Jenny special orders this one from, I think, somewhere on the East Coast, like somewhere in New England, maybe? I
Oh,
don't know.
cool.
Maybe I just made that up, but I'm pretty sure
Is this
that's right.
something she had when she was in college?
Maybe?
Maybe she
Yeah.
knows. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
What's it
went to
called?
college on the East Coast. Dirt Cowboy Cafe is where
Love
the
that.
beans are from.
How
So she
fun.
orders it and we get big packages of it and then
Okay.
uh we freeze it so
Oh,
that they hold.
heck yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah,
great.
but Dirt Dirt Cowboy Cafe.
Hey, if you know about Dirt Cowboy Cafe, then you know we're drinking some good stuff here. ASMR.
ASMR.
Okay, great. So now that we have
Done our
told the
coffee break.
people what we're drinking, yeah, coffee break is out of the way. I want to talk about mental toughness here because I mean, nobody just goes from like running a few miles to running 100 miles like that. Like you clearly have to do a lot of training, research, um, and I just kind of want to know what has worked for you in terms of getting to where you got to run those long distances.
Mhm.
Like tell us where your mentality was at, what methods you've used, how you got comfortable with being uncomfortable with those distances.
Yeah, um, happy to go into it. I mean, I think above all, the biggest thing is just experience. Like, I think a lot of um, endurance athletes, whatever their sport is, will say, like, you really do just learn by experience and by each rate, like, with each race. And when I was starting out, I was like, yeah, fuck that. Like, no, what are you talking about? I know
Hmm.
what I'm doing. I can run however far I need to. I'm
Yeah.
tough. Um, but there are just things like that you learn that make your race more efficient.
Hmm.
And even when it's not easy, make it easier on your body. Like the strain is still there, but I guess it's you learn how your body tolerates
Hmm.
certain things and how it reacts to certain things. And with each long run, with each race, you learn a little bit more.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of better predict and plan for what you should be doing come race day. And
Right.
obviously, things are always going to change, and like you're going to have to problem solve with things that have never come up
Hmm.
during a longer race because it's just so much time and there's so many different elements
Yeah.
at play. But yeah, I'd say experience
Hmm.
is number one. Um, what was the question?
I guess I had like three parts to that question. Um, like what your mentality was at, like methods you've used,
Yeah,
and like just how you got comfortable with the uncomfortable.
cool. Yeah, I mean, I think the initial like kickoff point for wanting to do long distance runs, like in general, was I like 6 months before I like kind of really locked in on the long distance race idea.
Hmm.
I had been having like a lot of mental health issues and was like really struggling
Hmm.
in terms of that. And, you know, had been doing all the things you're supposed to, like going to therapy, taking medicine, all of those things, which were obviously helping, but I just felt like I needed another outlet as well. So that was kind of the catalyst, I'd say.
Hmm.
Um, and I think I really loved the longer runs the more I did them, um, because it felt like one, an accomplishment, and it was like a very tangible check off
Yeah.
um, of like something you could do and you could kind of control. Um, and it also was similar to life in a lot of ways, which I feel like I say all the time whenever I
Hmm.
talk about running. But um, you know, and I feel like it's long races mirror like just everyday life. Like you have your ups, you have your downs, and there's just a whole lot of middle
Yeah.
in between.
Hmm.
Where you just feel kind of meh and you're
Yeah.
like, why am I doing this? But I guess I'm doing it.
Right.
And then there's the really bad moments where like you're in pain, you're hurting, and you know, you're just like trying to drag one foot in front of the other.
Hmm.
And then there are the moments where like all of that pain subsides for a little bit and you're like, "Oh my god, I feel amazing." And that's
Yeah.
like the runner's high that everyone,
Yes.
you know, talks about.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think honestly part of it is like chasing those highs is
Mhm.
a lot of the race. Like you go through all that toil because there are just like those little moments where you're like, I literally feel like I'm on top of the world and it's the most natural high in the world.
Right.
Um, so I think that's kind of like where your mind's at, like as you're going through the race. And what was the third part of the question?
I should have just like
I'm a terrible
no, you're
interview
good. You're
subject.
totally good. I should have just like asked you one thing at a time. The third thing was how you've gotten comfortable with the uncomfortable of getting to these long miles.
Yeah.
And, I think it comes to a point where your body is just like, maybe in shock when you start adding more. Um, so I guess, yeah, how did you get comfortable with all that?
That's a great question. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I will answer it, I promise,
Yeah.
but let me flip it on you for 1 second.
Okay, sure. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Great.
Um, it's a much shorter period of discomfort when you're lifting and lifting heavy, right?
Mhm.
But like it's like kind of that feeling after you in the process of doing like a super heavy lift or something like
Mhm.
that where you feel like you're maybe going to throw up or pass out or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
but you still go for it, right?
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
And why?
Oh, because I think it's just something that's like I want to hit like a PR or like I want to challenge myself. I want to feel like super like I can accomplish something, and you just
Yeah, but why?
why?
Do you want to feel that way?
Oh, just because it just makes me feel good about myself. Like it truly just makes me feel like I'm on top of the world and like I'm like, wow, I am so strong and I had no idea that I was capable of this. And it's just a hump that you get over, but you push yourself. I'm sure that's how you feel.
You just answered my question for me.
Fantastic. Glad that I could be part of this discussion. um,
But yeah, it's
no.
the exact same as that.
Yeah.
It's just you're doing it for like it's an extended duration.
Yeah.
But I think similarly too, it makes you feel good about yourself and like
Mhm.
you've accomplished something. Like I think there's something like wired wrong in my brain where like the fact that I can put up with that discomfort for so long
Mhm.
is it makes me feel good about myself
Mhm.
because it's like my mind is stronger
Mhm.
than
Yeah.
anything else my body's telling me.
Yes.
Um, and I think like tying back to kind of the mental health aspect of it, like obviously I've struggled throughout my life with like depression and like various mental health things. And I think being able to push through like that in
Mhm.
races and know that I can like put up with whatever's going on
Mhm.
and keep going,
Yeah.
it for whatever reason just instills a lot of confidence
Yeah.
for me and myself of like
Mhm.
when those, bad patches are going to come up in life,
Mhm.
I'm strong. I know I can do it. I
Yeah.
can keep going.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be like the hard patches in life are always going to be so much harder than like any race you do.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if it does feel like your toes are going to fall off in a race, like
Yeah.
it's still life's worse.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like a good reminder. If you can get to a point where, yeah, your body is just
Wrecked.
wrecked, and you're still able to somehow find something in your brain to just like give you that motivation to keep going. Yeah, I think it kind of reminds you about what else you can accomplish in life.
Yeah.
I know that's something that I've realized when I've been doing like my runs. I'm like, wow, like I was only planning to do this amount of miles today, but I feel like I can do more. And I'm like, oh, I kind of regret doing this a little bit. I kind of regret adding some more mileage, but like I'm just like, wow, okay, like I got to a point where I could just keep going.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think that's kind of your point too. That's awesome. That is really cool. So, are you going to be doing any long races in the near future?
I'd mentioned to you like before we started recording. I feel like I've kind of been in a slump
Yeah.
recently, with running in particular, but just fitness in general
Mhm.
right now. Like I think I'm still in good shape,
Yeah.
but like I'm definitely not at peak shape, and I've lost, I think, a lot, not a lot, but like some of the motivation and discipline that I had
Mm.
for such a long time.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I feel a little bit lost like in the
In your
space right
fitness
now and
journey.
in yeah, in the fitness journey and like what I'm going to do
Okay.
next. But I think how I'm trying to frame it is I went hard with
Yeah,
running
you were
for and lifting,
doing
like
it.
all of that
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
That maybe this is just like a brief respite period
Yeah.
for my body to recharge and
Yeah.
then go on to the next goal.
Definitely.
And I kind of just want to find like the love again of
Mhm.
it. Like I catch glimpses of it when I'm running and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But yeah, some of the passion for it just isn't there as strongly as it was.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
sure a lot of people can relate to that.
yeah, like
Different
ebbs and
seasons.
flows,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, but what I've kind of started getting excited about the idea of, which I think I've talked to you about too, is like I'm sort of between right now. Do I want to try to like qualify for Boston and like really race a marathon like
Yeah.
all out?
Yeah.
Because speed training's something that I always like, I'm kind of like meh
Whatever
about.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've always like historically cared more about the number of miles than like the speed at which I run them. I
Mhm.
happen to run like at a decent clip,
Mhm.
um, like anywhere from the 7 to like 9:30 range is like usually my n norm if I'm really going for a run.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think I'm between trying to run really fast for a marathon and maybe just like get into Boston to check it off the list,
Mhm.
or finding like 100K that I'm really stoked about that's more of an intense mountain race.
Yeah.
To kind of try to build back up for that like 100-mile mountain race
Okay.
that I didn't finish a few years ago.
Got to accomplish it.
Yeah.
You'll come back to it.
I there's no way I can. I
Ye-
live like 2 hours from
ye-
there.
it has to happen. Um okay. I think those are good goals. I think
Thanks.
right now you're in a period where you're just giving yourself the time to recharge. I think
Mhm.
that goes back to mental toughness too of like sometimes we give our bodies a break, kind of give our brain a break too.
Yeah.
And then now that you have maybe these goals in the near future, then you can kind of plan about it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
Nice. Well, this was a great conversation.
Such a great
I think a
convo.
lot of people got to learn about you more and your journey, and hopefully they can use this information on like how they can go about mental toughness and how to overcome some humps if they're in endurance training or even in other aspects of life or what other training methodologies they're using out there. Um, and yeah, good stuff.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Well, cheers to that, friend.
Cheers to that, pal. As we wrap up, I have a random question for you, but that maybe
Oh,
is like helpful to our viewers. I
oh,
don't know.
sure. Love
Okay,
that.
so you know like the Instagram guys who are like the trainer
Yeah.
guys, like Luke Bennett and
Mm-hmm.
like that
Yeah,
whole
like that
like
whole,
Southern Cal crew.
sure.
Are they legit?
Are they legit?
Yeah.
Are we talking about, because like,
I mean, they look legit.
they
Like they
look legit,
look
like
like
they're
they're in
doing like the
great shape.
hybrid training type
Yeah, it's like a
thing?
lot of the high rocks hybrid
Yeah.
calisthenics lifting guys who also run.
Yeah. I want to say, like, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to entirely assume that
Mhm.
it's like that they're doing something else. I feel like it's like legit, just based
Yeah,
off
like
of
I
how
think
much they're
they're
training.
natural.
I think they're
Like
natural. Like,
from
I don't think they're. I mean, I know they take like supplements,
yeah,
like
of
BPN or
course.
whatever, like
Yeah.
that whole brand. With Nick Bear.
Mhm.
Um,
I
I
do
think it's
love
legit.
Nick Bear.
Nick Bear is a great guy. Yeah.
Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know,
I don't know. Some
depending on
people
your
could. Yeah.
viewpoints,
I
but
mean, who knows?
who knows?
Um, but yeah, I think that whole crew. I think because now they're like very influencery type. I feel
Mhm.
like they almost have the time to do all those things where
Yeah.
I feel like since they don't work like actual like not that it's like I don't know, I don't want to put anybody down, but
Yeah.
I feel like because that's their job is to be so fit, I feel like
Lifestyle. Yeah.
exactly. I feel
It's
like
like
it's
built
like
in.
okay, like that's just what they do.
Yeah, I'm curious. I just like I saw a couple of them like met up in like I think San Diego and
Mm,
like filmed a bunch of content like for all their channels and were like
okay.
hanging out finally and meeting each other. And I reached out to one of the coaches
Oh, okay.
for like a consultation call because I really liked his story and
Oh,
like
cool.
the style of workout he does.
Nice.
So I've got a call with him. But yeah, I don't know. I just
Interesting. Okay.
yeah,
Let me know how that goes.
I will.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're natural. Yeah, that's my take. Who
Mm.
knows? I would hope that they're natural. That would
Mm.
suck if they aren't and they're just lying to everybody. But yeah, that's my take.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, great. Anyway, trying to revitalize my fitness journey.
we love that. And I'm sure in several months, we'll come back and we'll get an update
Yeah,
on where you're at.
true.
Awesome. Sweet.
All
All
right.
right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.
That's a wrap.